I'll be before you, brothers and sisters, a undisclosed amount of minutes. Or an unknown amount of time. Whether that may be long or short or long, only God knows. He's in control. I don't know exactly. But nevertheless, for a time today, I would like to come before you with this thought. I am Yahweh. As we read in our portions, God says, when this happens, when I execute judgment upon Egypt, then they shall know, then all the world shall know that I am Yahweh. And then he says, when I come to deliver you and take you back to the land and defeat all of your enemies, then you shall know, he says, that I am Yahweh. How many want to know him? I am Yahweh. William Shakespeare wrote a play entitled As You Like It. In it, he said this. He said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits, and they have their entrances as well. Yeah, just like that. Now, about this statement, one commentator said, all the world is a stage is a comparison between the stage and the world. In real life, we don't see the truth about other people. But while performing on stage, we easily see the truth in the characters they play. Truth of life, destiny, human ambitions are seen more clearly through the theater and not so much in real life. In other words, we are oblivious to reality of life, but we become more aware of reality or truth when we watch it being performed on stage. He says this makes the stage a means for clarifying the world through actors. We understand the world better, he says, through actors who are not performing for the people they are impersonating. Now, though there are some elements of truth to what the commentator said, I won't go as far as to say that if we want to know what the real world is like, we should look to actors and performers to get the real truth. Please don't do that. If you want to know the truth, please, I'm asking you, don't look to Denzel Washington or George Clooney to reveal truth to you. Their performances are merely a portrayal of what they believe to be the truth or what they hope to be the truth. No, real truth is not found on the big screen or on the stage because, as everyone knows, there are certain embellishments commonly referred to as directorial license that directors take in presenting any story. They say that this is needed in order to make the stories richer, fuller, and more entertaining to watch. In other words, they may advertise it as a true story, but they add bits and pieces that never occurred to make it seem more palatable for those of us who watch. Because some people's lives may be a little bit boring, so they got to juice it up, spice it up, add a little bit something in there. You know how to, if somebody told our story, everybody would fall asleep. But they juice it up and they call it directorial license. We have license to embellish. Real truth is not to be found in Hollywood, on television, nor is it found on Broadway. There's a saying that you can't believe everything that you read. But I say also, you can't believe everything that you watch as well. Reality TV, brothers and sisters, is not reality. That stuff is staged. So don't get caught up in that thinking you're seeing the real things. We make sure that we won't have reality TV here. Reality TV. We can say the housewives of Beit HaKavod, or if that's going to happen, we got to get y'all to fighting and screaming and yelling and all that kind of thing. But it is true, brothers and sisters, that the world can be viewed as a universal stage, because someone somewhere in the world is watching what is being played out on this stage every single day. When something of monumental importance happens in one part of the world, it's amazing how quickly this information reaches us. There was a time when information could only travel as fast as a human can carry it, but not today. Today, especially with the advancement of technology, information can travel as fast as the sound can travel, or as fast as the speed of light. And even then, sometimes that's slow in comparison to how fast information can travel. With the advent of computers, internet, cell phones, television, and around-the-clock 24-hour news, information travels as fast as somebody clicks the mouse. We know, brothers and sisters, what is happening around the world. In an instant, we can see what is occurring in Spain and in France and in the Middle East. We can behold it in real time. The world is truly our stage. Through technology, this once huge world has now become rather small. We are all, no matter where we live in the world, we are all connected. The earth is no longer a vast place that separates us, but it has become a community where people from different regions of the world interact as though they are neighbors. In other words, I can chit-chat with somebody in China as though they're right next door. I can get on the phone and call somebody who is across America, and they sound just as clear as though they are standing right next to me. The world is small again. It's no longer large. Sort of reminds me of when the individual was building the Tower of Babel, when they all were together at one place, having one mind, having one goal and one ambition. That time that we are living in, that time that they lived in is the time we are living in now. No longer are we separated by the waters or by distances. We are all close. Do you understand what I'm saying? And as God destroyed them, we know what's coming down the road. Now, not wanting to be behind the times, Yahweh also takes advantage of the world stage. Throughout history, Yahweh has used a universal stage in order to communicate to mankind. Through it, He has demonstrated to the world His mighty acts and power. He uses the world stage to get the message out to the masses that He is God and that there is no other. And that the day of reckoning is coming to the earth and to those who choose to disobey Him. Whether through natural elements, human involvement, or through supernatural phenomena, Yahweh uses these things on the world stage at His pleasure to get the attention of the world's inhabitants. By controlling nature and nature's laws, or overriding nature's